Okay, so let me just keep it all in one video. Whew. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My glove is a little wonky. We will try that again. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Fonts. This is my second, possibly my last Halloween video for the year. I don't know if you guys know this, but I love the show Cable Girls. It is one of my favorite shows, and you know, it's in the late 1920s, early 30s. That's where it's set, in Spain. So you have like that flapper style going on, and I've been living for it. So I knew I wanted to turn myself into a flapper. I even have my little feather and the gloves and the pearls. Thought I had lipstick on my teeth. I don't. So I just wanted to turn myself into like a dead flapper. So everything's dead. I'm not really that spooky of a person, but I'm trying to be. So this is my favorite character in the show, is Lydia Aguilar. So this is like Lydia Aguilar, me as her, and I just came up from the grave. So the set, if you're curious, I got these accessories from Amazon. It was $12 I got, and it was free 1-day shipping. It came with the feather, the gloves, the necklace, and the cigarette holder. I don't smoke, so I don't have a cigarette to put in there, but I did that. My dress is the Carly Bible. I got blood in my hair. Okay. My dress, it's just one that I already had. It's from the Carly Bible Misguided collab. It's the first one. So I'm gonna try to hurry this up. Without further ado, we're gonna get into the video. I hope you enjoy it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share. Even if it's after Halloween season, please like and share it because I am trying. Hey guys, we're gonna hop right into it. My face is already primed with, I'm pretty sure I'm using the Post Shave Balm from Nivea, and that is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. It's a really good foundation. The coverage is nice, but the color, I cannot find a perfect match. You'll see this one's super neutral. I have yellow undertones, so since this one's kind of neutral, it kind of works out. We're trying to go for a very cool toned, kind of gray tint to the face because that's how we're going to make ourselves look a little bit spooky and dead while not looking too gross. So I'm just using that, and I'm applying my foundation with my beauty blender. And I think we all know I make some crazy faces when I put on my makeup, so we're just going to let it rock. And I'm going to go over my eczema. We already know I have it. It's fine. And I'm just going to make sure I add an extra coverage where I need it. To highlight my face, I squeezed out too much. I wasn't ready. But those are the Cover FX custom drops. I don't know what shade that is, but I did find it at Marshall's for like $7. So I 10 out of 10 would recommend to look there. And I'm going to blend it in. Those drops are bomb. I know it's meant to be mixed in with things, but the coverage, the way it just spreads, a little goes a long way, so I'm here for it. So I just put that on my chin, down the bridge of my nose and my forehead, and then I'm going to take my Coty Airspun powder to help me blend, to help me set that into the skin. I know I always show my face routine, but because I'm trying to change like the tone, literally the tone of my skin, I thought it was important to include. That is my Ruby Kisses palette. I have it in the shade light medium, and I'm taking the only cool tone shade in that palette to contour my nose. I don't know what I did. Like, I see what I did, and you guys will see too, but my nose looks so cute. I was here for it. So I'm just taking that on a synthetic, kind of flat, kind of angled brush to help me get the shape. Look at those lines, like, yes. So then I got another one of those palettes. This one is just in the shade light because I realized I would have more shades to use under my eye. So I'm taking one of the more neutral tan shades. You guys know I like to layer my concealer, so I'm just laying that out first. My brows are done, but I do tweak them a little later on, and I have on lash extensions, so that's kind of the elephant in the room. And then I'm just mixing that Cover FX concealer custom drop thingy right over top because you guys know I love to layer, and just going around the contour, and then we're blending that out with the beauty blender. Those drops, like, it's weird because to me they look pretty yellow, but it worked, and I was so bright. So I'm not saying I'll do this every day, but like, maybe on an important day. So yeah, I'm just blending that out, getting it all in, trying to make sure I even get it on my lid, because that's going to help me prime for the shadow that we're going to do. We're going to go smoky. Flappers are smoky, okay? Although in Cable Girls, I don't think any of them had smoky eyes, but I'm extra high. What's new? I'm just going to set that with the Coty Airspun powder and get that all in. I'm going to keep making my crazy little faces. And now we're going to move on to contour. So I'm taking that same cool tone shade. And I started to use that to map out my contour, but then I was like, you don't really see it. So I went into one of the darker ones. We're going to set it with something a little bit cooler, so it's fine, but I actually just needed a contour. So I'm just going around my forehead and on my cheeks, because I figured if I'm dead, I'm snatched, because who eats when you're dead, right? Like, your contour's popping. So I just took a flat little brush and I'm blending that in. Those products, that palette, it blends in really well. So I looked like I was struggling, but trust me, I wasn't. I was just a little uncomfortable. I've never used a cool tone contour before. But yeah, so we blended all that in. Blend. And I always get the tip of my nose if I have extra product there. And that's a palette. I actually got it from Five Below. $5. Get your life. I'm mixing those two contour shades, and just because I realized that just using the cool tone shade, there we go, it wasn't working for you, girl. So I just mixed it. That it was a little cool, but still gave me the definition and like the amount. I still wanted warmth to my face, you know. I still wanted to be bronzy, just like cool. So then I'm just gonna mix those shades to also set my nose contour. And then I was like, yeah. So this powder is one of the powders I used to be obsessed with. It's by Jordana. It's like $4 or $5. I'm using that in the shade Warm Sand. I think it's 112. That used to be my whole face color. It's clearly too light for me, so it was perfect to set my face and to blend out all the harsh lines. So I'm just taking that on the butt of my beauty blender and blending everything out. This is kind of like my normal skincare routine, just not my normal shades. So that was fun. Then I'm taking a lighter powder because, hi, my name's Fontaine, I'm extra. That is in the shade Creamy Beige, and I'm using that to brighten under my eyes, because even though I already used lighter shades, it wasn't light enough. So I'm just going in to brighten under that. And then I am taking the Coty powder, and we are baking. So snatching out that jaw. My cheeks are chubby. I take what I can get. And then I'm putting that also baking on my chin, my forehead, and down the bridge of my nose. And then, of course, you guys know I'm going to do under my eyes, because that's going to help us while we do the shadow. And I got a little bit on my brow, but I think I dusted away. I just cut it out. So, oh, there we go. I did not cut it out. So now I'm just carving out the brows, and I already cut out the part where I tweaked them a little bit, just kind of filled them, perfected them. And I'm still using that same, I squeezed out a lot of the Cover FX products, so I'm still using that. But I was here for it. I don't know if you, like, do you see, I know my compact's in the way, but like, and it's really in the way, but guys, I snapped, okay? Those brows, yes. So I'm blending that out with a dual fiber blending brush, and then I was like really living for it. And I'm really stupid because you cannot see a single thing right now, but that's okay. And yeah, so I just blended that out. And now, nope, I'm still going to be a little stupid. Okay. Okay, so then I'm going to dust away the baking powder. I am using, I believe that's the e.l.f. pointed face brush. It is bomb. It's like $6. You guys should get it. I'm using the contour palette, and I'm taking that gray tone shade. That's going to be my transition. We're going to go very smoky, but I wanted to ease into it. So I'm just taking that. That is the Sephora Pro Crease brush. I think it's like their number 10 brush. Buy it. Buy one. Buy two. Buy five. It is my most used brush. I love it so much. So then I'm just deepening that up a bit. That is a Sephora single shadow. I forget the name, but I know the number is 290. And it's like a perfect taupe shade. That's going to help me kind of deepen it. You can kind of see here, it deepens it up. Ooh, yeah. It looks so bomb. I wasn't ready for that. I used to love cool tone shadows. I only wear warm tones really now, but that was like the perfect shadow to really help me get a nice base in the crease. And I'm also bringing that in towards the inner corner because I want to kind of look a little bit more sunken in there. Just a little bit. That is a black shadow, but it's not the most pigmented shadow. It's from Stellazzi. I got it at IMATS, but I love it for when I know I'm going to use a black shadow and I want to ease into it. That is a Morphe pointed tapered blending brush. I forget the number, I'm sorry. But I'm using that. I'm focusing it in the outer corner and then I'm slowly dragging it in. I'm going to switch back over to that Sephora Pro crease brush to kind of help me blend out those edges. And then you'll see I'm going to go right back into that black shade. Because this is a smoky eye, I'm going with a lot of layers, building up colors, so, you know, we're going to be here a while. I hope you have a snack or some wine. That is one of the Wet n Wild Fantasy Makers palettes, and I'm mixing those two shades. That's going to be my base for the lower lash line. I wasn't sure at this point what I was going to do, but I knew I wanted something to help me make it really smoky because I normally don't make the lower lash line too smoky, so I wanted some help there, especially because that black, like I said, it wasn't the most pigmented. Then I'm a little out of breath, can you tell? I believe I took that same black shade and I just started to run that across, and then I'm also going to mix in that taupe shade from Sephora and run that across. You won't see it, so I'm just letting you guys know. And I'm using that with my Morphe brush. I have big eyes, I got a lot of space, so I kind of use big brushes everywhere. And then I was happy with how it was looking, and that is my Z palette. I'm taking a flat synthetic brush, and okay, so the shade I'm using is called Luxurious Boot Camp. That's also from Sephora. It is the most gorgeous green gold shade. Oh my god, you need that as well. So I'm just putting that over the bulk of my lid. And I'm a genius. You see me keep covering up my work. But yeah, I'm just packing that color on, and I thought that was going to give me like the exact, you know, when you have an idea of what the look is, I thought that was going to give it to me. It did not. So I'm going over to the next green shade I have there, which is called Snakeskin Dress. Also a Sephora Single Shadow. I love their shadows. And I'm popping that kind of in the center. I wanted the look to be a little bit more dimensional. It wasn't dimensional enough. Not for a flapper look, because I'm thinking, okay, crazy smoky eye, but very smooth looking skin. But I knew all the drama is really on the eyes. When they do go all out, they went all out. So I'm taking more of that black shade, blending that out on the lower lash line. I kind of hop around. And then we have my baby. I am taking the Desi X Katy palette. I'm using Just a Kiss, and that is going to go in my inner corner. We're going to use a few more shades from that, but I wanted to start to map that out. That way, you know, I know what I'm doing. And you can kind of see I trace the inner corner and I go up a little bit to show it. Then I'm pretty sure that's Dirty Money. You guys, that was what I needed. Once I put Dirty Money on, I was living for this look. All those greens combined just gave me so much life. And I'm not sure if I kept it in here or not. Okay, I'm dusting away the bake. I'm not sure if I kept this in the video, but I know I definitely used, I think it's Chains, the dark brown, just to kind of help me further smoke it out. Again, I'm not too sure if I left that in, so I just wanted to tell you guys that. I layer my shadows like crazy, so, you know, that's just, oh, here we go. This is where I'm taking Chains. It just kind of helps give the look a little bit more dimension, and because it's like a true neutral brown, it was perfect. And I also brought that on the lower lash line. And then I was like, bitch. Then I'm going into my Sephora Pro Warm palette. I'm only going into that palette for the matte black in there. That is the darkest black I own. And I wanted to block what I was doing, but I wanted to really define the crease a little bit more. That is the BH Cosmetics Nude Blush Palette, and I wanted to have a blush, because when I was looking at photos for inspo as well, their blush was popping. It was really out there. So I wanted to take a blush that would kind of not take away from the look, but still stand out. So I put that everywhere, and I was getting a little frustrated, but I blended that out. Then I'm taking the Rosé palette. That's from Shop Hush. It's the Nicole Guerrero X ABH dupe. I forget the name, but I'm using that white shade because, again, I want it to go cool tone, and I'm highlighting my face. My lips, I just have a basic brown liner from the Beauty Supply, and the liquid lip is Kylie Love Bite. That is one of my favorite lips. I just wanted to put that out there. I was very passionate about that, but I really do love that color, and it was like the perfect one. You could have also gone glossy, but I wear gloss all the time. I figured I would just stick with the matte lip. So we have that. And now we are playing with the wounds, okay? I'm trying to do special effects, okay? So that is, I'm pretty sure that's by Mayron. I bought skin wax. I just scooped some out with the back of my tweezers, and then I was kind of molding it to make it kind of a round thing. The goal for this was like, you know, like an open wound. They're starting to eat at my flesh because I'm a flapper and I'm dead sort of thing. I use glitter glue, and you see me directly putting that on. Let the glue get tacky because I had a little bit of struggles. It stayed on and it worked, but I had some struggles there. I'm just taking down my hair, and then I'm going to put on, hello, my flapper accessory, because I didn't want to do the wound on my forehead and then the headband kind of cut it off. So again, I'm just taking glitter glue. That is just a random brand that I got from the Beauty Supply, and if you hear people outside, I'm sorry. I'm also using my tweezers to kind of help blend that out, and I had the wax set to go, but you can kind of see how it's stuck to my nail there just a little bit because I struggled because I was thirsty. So just let it get tacky. And then here I was still like a little unsure, so I was like, let me put on my pearls. I actually love pearls. Okay, I'm a Gemini. It's my birthstone. And then I'm teasing my hair a little bit because I was like, alright, you gotta look like we really just hopped out the grave. Roaring 20s up in this bitch. So that's on, and then I was really starting to feel myself because, like I said, I really do love Cable Girls, so I got excited. If you hear that, I'm so sorry. So we're going back into the palette. I'm taking that olive green shade to kind of make the skin look a little dead. So we wanted to add some dimension there. I'm going around the wounds because, again, I was too thirsty. I did not let the glue get tacky. Then I'm using the bottom, you see? I'm a mess. Then I'm using the bottom of the brush to kind of just poke in because we're going to add in fake blood. I just wanted a place for it to sit. So we did that. While I'm here, I also recommend using or drawing on some veins. I think that would have made it look a lot cooler. You could have taken like a navy blue and traced it out with the red. It would have looked really cool. But I'm just taking that burgundy shade to kind of add to the whole fleshy thing. And then I was like, oh, I keep getting excited. Like, I'm someone who gets excited throughout the whole process of the makeup. This blood was like the coolest thing to me. This is from Mayron. You can get this and the wax on Amazon. This is coagulated blood. It was like $5 to $7, but it looks so real. That's why I kind of poked in the wounds, the fake wound, so the blood would sit there. It just looks so real. And then I was like kind of tracing around it, and this is one of the last steps, so I got like real excited. I was like, oh my god, it's a wound. But then I was watching Nicole Guerrero's video, and she said you should layer your blood. So I got all cocky, and I was like, okay, well, this dollar tube of fake blood will do just great. 0 out of 10 recommend, because then it started to drip everywhere and I got a little worried. And then you see my head being tilted, and it was a mess. I mean, it helped with like dimension, but it was literally dripping on my eyebrow. That was not the goal. But it looked cool and I was here for it, and I was like, oh yes, I'm a flapper. That is, I'm pretty sure that was the Morphe setting spray. I'm obsessed. And then all I had to do was put on my gloves, which, oh, these gloves, I'm living for them. I need an excuse to like actually wear them out. And You can see I'm like leaning back because I started to feel the blood drip. I was like, oh, please don't get on my dress. Don't get on my dress. See? It was a mess. But it was a poppin' mess. And there's the look. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.